your InDesign document, you might get a really pixelated looking image. And you know this is vector art you created. First, I updated my Illustrator document, but need to relink it. So I'm going to relink. Hopefully, there we go. Let me find that avatar and open that. So it's going to update it, but it still looks pixelated. So sometimes when you open InDesign, I want to go to View, and where is it at? Display Performance. Right now it's a typical display, which is a lower resolution so that you can work faster. If I want to see high quality, now I can see my finalized avatar when you're done a little bit cleaner. Now what I want to work on today is let's pretend you have all your text in. Now we're working on our icons. So these icons, instead of going to File and placing it as an image, in InDesign, I actually copied and pasted from Illustrator, and there's a reason I did that, and I'm going to explain to you why. But first, I want you to look at my icons. I did some research for competitive cheer, rock climbing, and cooking. The cooking, my eye is drawn to it because it's a chef's hat and it's white. Now, if I changed it to pink, I don't know that you can identify it. Obviously, it's a chef's hat, so that's not going to work. The other thing is the style of this graphic is a little more detailed than these. These are more basic. So I went back to the internet and I did another chef's hat research, and I found these, which are more simplified, a little more consistent. So when I go over here, I hid these. I'll show you. One thing I did is to make the icons consistent. This needs to be white or else it doesn't read as a chef's hat. So then I changed these to be white. I still don't love it because, again, I really like this pink purple vibe. It's not wrong. I mean, I've got white there, but I wanted to play one more time with a different icon and see if I like that better. And I just want to show you how, more as a review, but if I go to Illustrator, this is my separate document that I'm just creating. Think of this as my artboard where I'm creating, copying, and pasting. So from here, I can go to, where's my folder here? Go back to my folder where I found this image. This is clip art. So there's other ways for me to say baking and cooking. So let me scale that up just a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. And again, this is review. If I go under properties, usually image trace. Now it's going to image trace, hopefully. My computer's really slow. I think it's time to get a new computer. But what this is going to do is outline it. Okay, here we go. And then expand. If I have more colors, like when I was doing the chef's hat, the original had multiple colors like this, and it wasn't identifying the chef's hat, I could go to default and I usually do 3 colors. That'll at least clean it up a little bit more, and then expand. So I'm going to expand, and hopefully, there we go. Okay, so one thing I want to show you, one trick that I like to do, and let me just make sure first that everything else is locked so that I don't accidentally select that. Command 2 is the key command to lock the things. If I go here, well, you can't see it now, but right now if I Command A, this is the only thing I can select. So if I take my direct selection tool and I click on the black, so I'm selecting the black and I go to Object, oh, my computer is killing me. Select same fill color. It's going to select anything that's black. Now remember, all this black stuff down here is locked, so it can't select it. So I'm going to cut that, Command X. Notice there's still that graphic there. Anytime you do a live trace, there's always some wonky extra copy. So that's one way to delete all of that. So if I do preview mode, it's all gone. Now when I paste, Command V, I have only the black and white graphic. Now, if I place this in InDesign, like we did with the avatar, it's only going to stay black. But now if I copy it, and let's go to our InDesign document and paste it, I can actually change the color. So maybe I'll change it white. Actually, I wanted to make this pink so that I could do this down here. So let me delete that and put this in here, and now scale by holding the Shift key and dragging. Let me zoom in there. Now I'm hoping that this looks more consistent in terms of an icon. I like the chef's hat, but I don't like that it has to be white. Otherwise, it wouldn't read. So I think this, to me, looks a lot better than this does. This isn't wrong, and maybe you prefer the white. That's up to you. But again, if I place, let me just show you real quick. If I do File, and let me place, I'm going to place that document, which is a little bit, show you what happens. Actually, first I need to save this so that it's got the save changes, and go back to InDesign. Sometimes when you have documents open, it'll place the old version. So let me go to Resume Icons and place this. So that's just going to place, that's all my art. Now, if I wanted to make this a different color, I really can't. It's just going to fill the background. So you only want to place it when you're not going to change the color, which is like placing it into a shape. Because these are on top of a circle shape, it doesn't really matter. And then I could go in and change the colors if I wanted. Maybe I want that blue. That doesn't make sense. Okay, that's pretty much